NBA2K25.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports. We've got some NBA action for you coming up. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with David Aldridge on our sideline.
Here we go.
So New York wins the tip. Pass to Burke. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. It's good. The assist that time from Burke.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low.
Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side. But when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media. The people in the know how good of a defender he is.
New York with the ball. To the middle. On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. It's hauled in by Beverly.
Boy, that's a look. He has to finish, and he knows it. Blown opportunity.
Pass to Jackson. And Jackson throws it down hard.
And the flush from Jackson Jr. Great wingspan, and at 6'11", he's got a little nasty in it.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And stolen by Okongwu. It's stolen by Harrington. For three, Covington. Here's Burke. They get it back. They kick it out to Green. Nailed from three-point land.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. Zap looking it over. Pass to Jackson. That shot off the mark. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for New York. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Defended by Beverly.
How impressive was that? The little fella, Beverly, extending out for the block. Showed us some nice timing for a guy that's not much taller than 6'2".
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Millsap misses. Deflects the pass. Shoots over Gilgeous-Alexander. Millsap misses. New York leading by 5. Harrington with it. Okongwu covering. Here's Harrington with the drive. And Harrington throws it down.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
And you do not want to let him get going early because that can get you cooked.
Here's Wang. Makes it off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now, here's Green. Driving in. And the layup is good. Green's got 5 points so far.
And you really can't forget about Green's speed. So effective on the drive.
And the shot is good.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
To the paint. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
And watch out for SGA going to the basket. He will put it on your head if you're not watching.
With 4 seconds on the clock. And that concludes the first quarter of play. New York leads by 5. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for New York.
Their chemistry. That's what really stood out so far in this one to me. Look at the number of assists they've been able to rack up so far.
You also have to admire how they've challenged the defense inside, getting a lot of points in the paint.
New York leading by 3. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's the screen. Takes it inside.
And a 3-level score. That time, SGA takes it all the way.
Detroit trails by 5. Here's Black. The kick out to Hill. Out of bounds. New York takes possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. And again, it's New York.
And he had a good look, and Gilgeous-Alexander made it pay off.
Here's Black. He gets that one. Black's got 4 points in the quarter.
Boy, that time saw daylight and took advantage.
Here's Covington. Green. Back to Covington. With the floater.
A really smart defender. Battier positions himself really good there for the block.
And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. Detroit making a switch.
Substitution for the away team. Number 1, Carlos Boozer.
And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
The ball goes to the away team.
Detroit trails by 5. Here's Heinrich. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
It really polished offensively. Heinrich is more than ready to take that mid-range.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Away team ball.
So it's Detroit now. Takes the 3. And the 3 ball is good. Heinrich's got 5 now.
Well, Heinrich is a pretty consistent shooter beyond the arc. His team knows he's good for a few of those per game.
The ball goes to the away team.
And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Puts up a deep 3. Another 3 for Detroit.
Could have been much better defense. I mean, you can't give this guy any room to operate.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. Pass to Boozer. And Heinrich has it in the corner. For 3. It's rebounded by New York.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds.
Away team ball.
And it's Detroit's ball. They're on a 12-4 run. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Boozer hits the bucket.
I love the aggressive approach right there. Boozer is impressive off the catch.
That'll be a 5-second call.
The ball goes to the away team.
And so it's Detroit with the ball. And here is Harrington. And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time. Detroit leading by 6. Here's Heinrich. A second chance effort. Here's Boozer. And another 3 for Detroit.
Heinrich has such good passing skills. Really does a nice job involving his teammates.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
And just a little too lax with that possession, and it cost him.
And I tell you what, more brain neutral.
We'll see the defending world champion Boston Celtics facing the Oklahoma City Thunder. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some terrific NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And joining us courtside, reporter David Aldridge. Here's White. Misses the three. And Derek White, he's one of the most valuable guards, Richard, in the NBA.
White can play the one, he can shoot the ball, plus he is an all-league defender. So Derek White gives you everything you want in your backcourt.
And because he can score from all over the floor, Porzingis can find space inside. That's not the case for most 7-footers.
A wide open look here for Caruso. Hands it from downtown.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
And you watch Jason Tatum. Year to year, he is a model of consistency. Across the board, the numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
A multi-talented swingman. Tatum just continues to get better and better each year.
On offense, here are the Thunder. To the inside. Holmgren.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
It's White on the wing. Back to Brown. Out to White. And he lays it straight in.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. You'll gladly take those.
And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That's his first foul. Inside. Holmgren with it. And that one's good. Gilgeous-Alexander.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low.
Now here is Holiday. Over in the corner, Porzingis. To the middle. Tatum's shot is off.
I thought he had that all sewn up, but somehow the defense just threw him off.
To the wing right side. Holmgren in the post. We on the clock. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway.
Really thought he had this one, and the defense, they were giving it to him.
Outside, White. Back to Holiday. Thunder with the rebound. 1:58 left in the first quarter. GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
There's a minute 47 left to play in the first quarter.
Oh, how about the slam there from Gilgeous-Alexander? He loves getting that type of positioning down low.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, GA?
Kevin, the Celtics can beat you in a number of ways. Point guard Jrue Holiday said, "We can play small and big. We have great bench players who come in and change the game at any time and could start on other teams. And we have a hunger." Kevin, they're going to be a problem for a long time.
Agreed. They are stacked, DA, for sure.
Lift off, Mr. Dort. A one-way ticket to the rim.
Outside Tatum. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. Tatum's got 7 points in the game.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Rebound by Drew Holiday. Pass to Tatum. Down low. Here's Porzingis. The kick out to Brown. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. From deep, Williams. And Boston with the rebound. Outside, Porzingis. Outside Holiday. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. It's a tie game in Oklahoma City. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And when you consider how the Thunder are doing, guys, what do you think?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
They're playing for one another and focusing on making winning plays. You love to see it.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. And awards now have a minimum amount of games needed to qualify. An interesting twist in this whole story.
Yeah, and it seems logical because of the uproar from the fans and the media that they implement this. And how can you be that impactful in reality, though, if you only play half the year?
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. And it's the Thunder with the ball. They set the screen. Gilgeous-Alexander, that's a two-pointer. And he banks in the layup. Gilgeous-Alexander's got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for the Thunder. Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side, but when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media, but people in the know how good of a defender he is.
Here's Tatum. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
It's crazy. He's growing taller. He's adding more muscle. Tatum just becomes harder to defend in there.
And so Tatum nails them both. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 points for him. Over in the corner, Dort gets the three-pointer to fall. Dort got the lead up to 3 now for the Thunder.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Yeah, when the game is up for grabs like this one has been, it's all about the attention to detail.
Holmgren the screen. It's Dort on the wing. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. And that's now 8 points for Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Now here is Holiday. Tatum a screen. Pass to Brown. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Brown's got his first points in this one.
I love seeing Brown get it done inside. He's more than just a jump shooter.
Right now, I've sent it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is an elite scorer. Coach Mark Dagnall said the sign of a good player is being a source of reliable offense. At the same time, he's learned to impact the game in other ways, and that's why he's a really good player. He's not just a hired gun scorer. Kevin?
Totally agree, D.A. He is a franchise cornerstone type of guy. And we thank you for the report.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Outside Williams. 5 to shoot. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And he gets the bucket. Now it's a 5-point Oklahoma City lead.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Outside Tatum. Tatum draws the double. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And deflections, they're a stat that all teams track. They show who is the most active defensively.
Clock at 2. Brown with the bucket.
Has confidence all over the court. No shot Brown won't take.
The Thunder leading by 3. Pass to Holmgren. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Offensive rebound. Three-pointer. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, guys get away with this all the time, but on this occasion, he got caught.
Now Tatum. After the missed 3 from Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Strong finish by Tatum. Nothing was stopping him there.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Oklahoma City.
So far, they haven't had to force anything. They're swinging the ball around and turning good passing into points.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time. That'll be a 5-second call. 1:15 left to play in the first half. Gilgeous-Alexander deciding where to go with it. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
And this is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
On the wing, Holiday. On the wing, Holiday. 5 on the clock. Launches a 3. Good on the triple. Holiday's got 5 now.
And you have to be right up on Holiday. When you're not, he's ready to take those quick shots.
Nobody near Williams. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
the real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Now here is Holiday. He has 5. And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
And bringing the aggression and the energy, 2 things you like to see from Porzingis.
Pass to Holmgren. Fade away. It's not going to go for him. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, guys, has been on display for Oklahoma City. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Back right after this. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Thunder. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one is on Holiday.
And Gilgeous-Alexander understands how to draw contact, especially when he's looking to score.
Gilgeous-Alexander hits them both.
No surprise there. He's about as automatic as it gets from the stripe. I hope I didn't jinx him.
And Brown now atop the key. Just 5 to shoot. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound. The Thunder with the lead. Pass to Dort. Back to Holmgren. And the dunk by Holmgren.
And given that Holmgren is 7 feet tall, he's a threat to throw it down at any time.
Ball's knocked loose. And stolen by Caruso. Here's Williams. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
Here we are sizing up GA. Jalen Williams, and his shooting has got to be his biggest strength.
Absolutely. He's great at spacing the floor for his teammates with his catch and shoot abilities, but he's equally gifted shooting off the dribble.
Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. And it's out of bounds, and last touch by Holmgren. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Tatum draws the double. Looks for Holiday, gets it to him. Pass to Tatum. Screened by Porzingis. 6 to shoot. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Porzingis has got 6 points.
How about Tatum shredding the D with his passing? So effective in pick and roll.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
White wide open. He fires. Buries the long-range jumper. He has 5.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up? Oh, yeah, you're done.
Dort, left side. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. From Joe Mazzulla. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Here's Holmgren. Porzingis with the block.
And just fast off the floor to challenge shots. Porzingis, this helps him get a lot of blocks like that one.
Here's Williams, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Just lost his head out there. It'll happen if you're pushing a little too hard.
Boston trailing. Outside Tatum. Pass to Porzingis. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. And stolen by Tatum. Porzingis can't hit. And now here comes Williams leading the break. Here's Caruso. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Tatum wide open, he fires one. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. On defense, the Celtics trailing by 2. Pass to Holmgren. His three-pointers off the mark.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
For the tie, the offensive rebound. Screen by Porzingis. Shot clock at 5.
An active scorer, whenever Tatum forces the issue and goes at the defense, they have to compromise.
The Celtics shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
And a season ago at the charity stripe, this is a group that shot an impressive 81%.
And he's been rock solid at the free throw line tonight. A little bit of an unexpected bonus for them.
And the foul on Drew Holiday. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
14 foul.
Third quarter action in just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
This is why SGA is a focal point of this offense, because of that ability to score.
Outside, White. Tatum a screen. Shot clock at 6. Holiday banked in off the glass. Holiday's got 7.
A really smart player. Holiday can find the spaces inside and exploit them for points.
And that one's good, Caruso.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make a pay.
And here's Brown outside. No good that time. The Thunder leading by 4. Williams with the ball. Now guarded by Tatum. Count that one. 8 points for Chet Holmgren.
And great job from Holmgren. I like when he shows confidence attacking inside.
To Porzingis. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Porzingis has got 4 points now in the quarter.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Caruso with the ball. Trying to find Gilgeous-Alexander. Gets it to him.
And able to get himself to the line. SGA so crafty inside there to get the contact.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
And looking back last season, how about 87% from the line? So that's obviously nothing to sneeze at.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Here's Tatum. 14 points for him. Porzingis. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He's not taking any chances. He wants to huddle him up right away. Time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thanks, guys. Listened in on what Joe Mazzulla told his team. Now, he's not pleased with the perimeter game on both sides of the ball. He told his guys, we aren't working hard enough out there. We need to shut down the perimeter on defense, and on offense, we have to focus from good to great. Guys?
Thank you, David. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And here is Tatum. Clock at 6. The shot, no good. Good D by Gilgeous-Alexander. It's Williams with the drive. And it's Williams finishing it off.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. Outside, Porzingis. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
Yeah, he was able to sneak it to the rim. Had enough room to get just like an easy layup.
From deep 3-point territory. Austin grabs the miss.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Even though he is capable of hitting that shot, I'd like to see him work for a better look in that situation.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Right side, Gilgeous-Alexander. It's stolen by White.
Just waiting for a chance to make a play, and when the pass was made, he's all over it. Just a fantastic steal.
Not just being selfless, but also smart with the ball. Brown is able to find the best guy for the right shot.
Now here's Caruso. Back to Holmgren. Goes straight to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That one on White.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
And something to like about Holmgren is his ability to run the floor. A 7-footer who can get up the court in a hurry and get to the rim before the D gets set.
And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That'll be his second foul of the game. Outside Tatum. Outside White. Just 5 on the clock. The kick out to Tatum. Holmgren with the steal.
And how about the read on that play right there? Great sense of exactly when that ball was coming from the outside.
There's the screen. Pass to Dort. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Ferries it from 3-point range. Williams has got the lead up to 9 now for the Thunder.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up? Oh, yeah, you're done.
Brown inside the line. Dort grabs the miss.
And
Usually that's a bucket for him, but look, nobody's perfect in the mid-range.
To Holiday. Back to Porzingis. White with it. He's picked up by Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
The textbook positioning there for Porzingis. Once he's established it, he's going to have the advantage and able to finish that one above the rim.
Now White. After the missed three from Chet Holmgren. Over in the corner, Brown. And finished off by Brown.
There you go, JB. I love his confidence. One of his strongest traits.
Outside, Dort. Off target with his three.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Brown wide open, 85. Hits it from three-point range. Now just a 2-point Thunder lead.
Some players shrink when the pressure's on, but he lives for these moments.
On the wing, Williams. They set the pick. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one is on Holiday.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Second one is good. Being both at the line. It's a 4-point ball game.
Gets them to fall, and those are huge free throws. It's now a 2-possession game.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. There's 53 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Tatum a screen. Pass to Porzingis. Holmgren with the steal. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Picked up by Brown. .27 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
And what a shot from Gilgeous-Alexander. This guy isn't afraid of the moment. Wow.
To the paint. And it's Brown missing. It's Dort on the wing. Right side, Williams. Fires the three. They get it back. Caruso. So we see the Thunder get the win here. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held firm when they needed to on both ends, and just effective in terms of coming away with this win.
And that'll do it, folks. And so for Richard Jefferson.
Jalen Brunson, this season's clutch player of the year, is the featured athlete in Season 7 of My Career.
Welcome to 40 levels of new rewards on your way to more badge boosts, rep accelerating accessories, and a +1 cap breaker.
Cruise around in a new dune buggy at level